popular, yet bad, and sometimes good, but unpopular. The planned relocation of some offices of some agencies from Abuja to Lagos presents us with such a dilemma. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Fiscal, says there is no going back on the relocation of the headquarters of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAAN, from Abuja to Lagos. Mr. Kiyamo said the decision became necessary due to current economic and operational realities. He said the decision will save the government and the people of Nigeria £500 million wasted on air tickets by officials of the authority who have to travel from Lagos to Abuja and then back. Adekunle, this is quite an interesting stuff. You know, when you have the headquarters being moved from where they are meant to be functional to Abuja. I'm wondering why Abuja is that so attractive that we have to, always move everything to Abuja, even though they are less functional.
Because we are used to running Nigeria not as a business, but just like
anything goes.
A bureaucracy. But when everything you run based on business principles, you make use of your sense. Because you need to balance the books. How much this, how much goes there, what can we reduce, how can we, derive better, benefits. But that's the way Nigeria has been run over the years. Believe me, this debate about moving this, moving that, I find it very, very embarrassing. But when you look at the caliber of Nigerians, saying, I'm so sorry to use the word, trash, I wonder, are we still in the same country? Is anybody the owner of Nigeria? Is it Abuja? Is it all Nigerians who, own Abuja now? So why? But when you look at, it's just a symptom of what has been, everything that has gone wrong about Nigeria. Something will work better, you said no. And when things don't work, we abuse, criticize our leaders. From the figures we've seen so far, please, FAAN, where is the bulk of aviation services in Nigeria? Where is the hub?
That's right.
So when you have a national or an agency of government sited in that area, how is that a crime? There was, during the first time of President Buhari, NDLA moved from Lagos here. That time, the former DG of, former chief executive insisted, and they moved. They didn't have everything they needed, and most things they needed, they didn't have. If you see the hardship that many went through, now, what benefit? They just always want to be near where they can go to Aso Rock. Not all the staff, just the head of that agency, where you can suddenly, I want to go to Aso Rock and come back. That's just the decision.
That's right.
That now, if you think about budget defense, it's not an everyday thing. It's a once in a year affair. If you want to defend your budget, move a team, go there, do it, maybe a day or 1 week or two, come back. But Nigeria, only God.
Biko, a former head of commercials in FAAN, Ade Kolawole, said that the FAAN minister should not have moved FAAN to Abuja because those directors, the managers, they will always go, the general managers rather, will always go there, receive per diem. And this per diem runs into millions of naira, which the current minister said that Nigeria will save £500 million naira. I don't know why we are this much wasteful on...
We are very wasteful people, and shame on the people who allow this to happen. Because many people can't run their personal businesses the way they run
their own Nigeria.
Because it makes no sense. FAAN spent additional 2.5 billion personal allowances, hotel accommodation, tickets annually, flight tickets, having been forced to relocate to the headquarters to Abuja.
Where there is no structure?
No, accommodation is a big problem. Now, Keyamo, the minister, is saying that even this proposal to move the agency to Lagos was made before he was appointed minister. Having seen that, oh, it was a mistake
So I've done that in the
to have done that in the first place. So a proposal to relocate was actually made before he became minister. And then you have people who should know, saying, oh, it's Tinubu boys who are behind it. Oh, Tinubu wants to take the federal capital back to Lagos, and all that nonsense. The federal capital of our country is something backed by law. Tinubu or any president for that matter cannot relocate the federal capital to Lagos. In any case, no one should continue to harbor the thoughts that Abuja belongs to the north. I've said it before, I am a northerner. I was born in Zaria and raised in the north, all my education in the north. No one is more Nigerian or more northern than me. I will never accept it. I will never accept it. So don't tell me that you speak for the north and that, oh, relocating FAAN to Lagos is anti-north. Abuja does not belong to anybody.
Not only FAAN, they
the idea of Abuja is a federal capital that would be located in the center of our country and be accepted by all. When those people do not speak for the north, begin to talk in this manner, they will be reminding people of what Awolowo said back then and his opposition to going to Abuja. Because he felt that it would be appropriated by the north. This is what we are seeing. And all these politicians, they have their reasons. We now know that some of those who opposed even relocating just some offices of the CBN to Abuja, we now know that they were doing it because they are children.
Yes.
Their children, look at it this way. The Department of Banking Supervision in the CBN is arguably the most important department in the CBN because they monitor, supervise the banks. It is clear that where the department does its work efficiently, all of the round tripping happening in the banking sector won't be happening. Today, we have a situation in which banks kept $5 billion for themselves. And the CBN has not got enough dollars to push into the foreign exchange market. And you permitted people to hold $5 billion. Doing what? They are intermediaries, they are agents.
It's not their money.
Banks are agents. It's not even their money in the first place because the CBN was doing auction. Every Friday they would do auction and they were selling to banks directly. They stopped selling to BDCs because they felt the banks will be able to get this money across to our people. Today what we have, banks kept $5 billion for themselves just so that they can make more money. Those who got the dollars at a time it was like 430 and all that, if they were to sell, if those banks were to sell today, look at the quantum of profit that they will make. That is to tell you that supervision at that point was lax. Now it's the same. We want a situation in which all the Nigerian deposit money banks, their headquarters are in Lagos, and you want the department that should supervise them to be there in Abuja. There is nowhere that people reason like this. But we know that a lot of people in Nigeria, if they are not thinking about their ethnicity, they are thinking of their children. A lot of them who are looting, they believe that they are keeping money for their children. One individual voluntarily surrendered $899,900 to the EFCC, the former accountant general. $899,000 US. One person. One person, voluntarily, he gave it to them. So you can imagine how much more he has stolen. So we need to tell ourselves the truth in this country. There's nothing wrong in what the aviation minister has done. In any case, the proposal didn't even originate from him. He started before he became minister. Yeah. And we can't continue to waste money. Abike Dabiri needed an office. She didn't get an office. And the former minister, Pantami, was harassing her. Abuja has serious accommodation issues, and you are wasting away structures that you have here. It should not happen. It does. I mean, this should not happen. We shouldn't even have this kind of debate.
That's right.
If we are serious people.
Right. Very quickly, Adekunle, President Tinubu has been asked to look into the activities of the MDAs in the past administration, the way the activities, the way they run the administration, under President Muhammad Buhari, and ensure that he restructures them, so that he will be able to also fight corruption. Without this being done, then we may not make a headway.
The job is enormous because, you know, in some ministries, you have MDAs that collect more money than those that, because the ministry should supervise the MDAs, but those who are supervising are collecting more money than you. And that's all over the place in Nigeria. So there are some of the agencies that are totally redundant, contributing virtually nothing to Nigeria, but they were created. Some, you hardly know they exist until when you just throw.
And they allocate a lot of money to them.
And every year, they get money too, because people work there. And ask, what have they contributed to that entity called Nigeria? Nothing.
Moshood is on the line from Ilorin. Moshood, please make your point.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I salute the courage of everybody, especially BKO. I want to quickly react to the issue of the state police. Sorry for coming late. There is something bad in having a police set up in all our states in the whole Nigeria. But my concern is funding. When the fund gets to the appropriate, will it be given to those people? That is just my concern. Thank you so much for the job done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Moshood. Although you were late to the party, but then you needed your voice to be heard. Quickly, BKO, just a way of rounding off this topic, because we still have two more to talk about. How would you assess the performance of this current Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo? It looks like he has been introducing policies upon policies, and then even to the extent of threatening those who are not willing to perform should use the door.
Oh, yes, it's the right thing to do. Don't forget that Adiza Balausman is there to assess him as well.
Yeah.
So if there is manifest inefficiency in this ministry, there is a KPI for him.
That's right.
He will also be monitored, and if he doesn't do well, he stands the risk of not retaining his portfolio. So he has to get these people to be on their toes. Look at how long it takes when we travel for the luggage carousel to even bring our bags.
Yeah.
It's a problem. You could actually spend the same time that you were airborne waiting for your bags.
Yeah.
I mean, it is wrong. So those are the things. And then for travelers into Nigeria, how will they assess us?
That's right. That's right.
So the minister has his work cut out, yet he still has to contribute to the national till, because FAAN is required. FAAN is one of the revenue generating agencies, so they have to. And if they have a situation in which, by these expenses arising from relocation to Abuja, they struggle to even make ends meet, at the end of the day, you say the minister has not performed. Part of the money that they actually should use, get spent on allowances, on flight tickets of people who ought to be working in Lagos. So I commend him for his energy, for his effort so far, but there's still a lot to do.
Right. Talking about money,